When it comes to deciding whether a commercial-grade grinder system is worth the space, cost, and wiring work, I know the hesitation. You've probably seen a few big-box options on the web, read a handful of specs, and wondered if you're about to spend a small fortune on something that might sit idle or, worse, cause more headaches than solutions. That's exactly why I'm breaking this down in a way that looks past the headline numbers and gets into what it actually means for a building's daily plumbing routine. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's set the scene for the category. In a multi-unit building, a kitchen, a laundry room, or a commercial restroom, you're dealing with a constant stream of gray and black water mixed with solid waste that can't simply be sent straight to a municipal sewer without grinding. The grinder-pump combo sits downstream of those fixtures, pulverizes everything into a slurry, and pushes it through a relatively small discharge pipe to the main sewer line. The goal is to keep the line clear, prevent backups, and give property managers a reliable safety net. The challenge is that you're buying a piece of infrastructure that has to run 24/7, survive wet environments, and handle occasional clogs without demanding a technician every week. The SANIFLO Sanicubic 2 Duplex is marketed as a pre-assembled, dual-pump unit that can handle up to 90 gallons per minute, with optional discharge lengths of 36 feet or 328 feet. At first glance, that sounds like a lot, and it is, especially when you compare it to a single-pump grinder that tops out around 60 GPM. But the real question is, does that extra capacity translate into tangible peace of mind for the kind of property you're managing? If you're overseeing a mid-rise or high-rise residential building with 3 to 6 fixtures feeding a single wet stack, the duplex design is a practical safeguard. Think of it like having 2 elevators in a hotel. If one motor stalls, the other still moves guests. In the Sanicubic 2, each 1 HP pump can operate independently, so a single pump failure doesn't immediately translate into a backed-up bathroom or a flooded laundry room. That redundancy is a concrete value point, especially for owners who can't afford a nighttime emergency call-out. In the field, many property managers have told me they'd rather pay a bit more upfront for a system that can keep running while they schedule a service visit, rather than scramble for a temporary fix. Another strength is the pre-assembled nature of the unit. Many grinder systems arrive as a collection of parts that require on-site welding, piping, and electrical work. The Sanicubic 2 comes as a single, re-added toe-install block with the pumps, grinder, and control panel already wired together. For a contractor, that can shave a day or 2 off the installation schedule, reducing labor costs and minimizing disruption to tenants. The external control panel is rated IP68, meaning it's truly waterproof, a non-negotiable feature when the panel sits in a mechanically room environment that can get damp from condensation or accidental water spray. Now, let's talk about the practical trade-offs. First, the unit runs on a 240-volt line and draws a noticeable amount of power when both pumps are engaged. If your building's electrical panel is already near capacity, you'll need to factor in an upgrade, which can add a few $1,000s to the overall project. Second, the physical footprint isn't negligible. The duplex housing is roughly the size of a small refrigerator, and while it's designed to sit on a concrete pad, you still need to allocate space in a mechanical room that might already be cramped. That can be a deal breaker for smaller properties where every cubic foot counts. Maintenance is another realistic consideration. The grinder's cutting elements wear down over time, especially when you're grinding gray water that can contain small solids like food particles or lint. SANIFLO recommends routine inspection and occasional replacement of the grinding teeth, which means you'll have to schedule a service visit at least once a year. The duplex design does make this a bit easier. You can service one pump while the other stays online, but you still need a technician comfortable with the internal mechanics. If you're a DIY-oriented homeowner hoping to install a grinder under a single sink, you'll quickly find the service requirements out of step with a typical homeowner's maintenance schedule. Who should press add to cart for this unit? If you're a property manager for a building with multiple wet stacks, a commercial kitchen with high-volume dishwashers, or a laundry facility that discharges large volumes of gray water, the Sanicubic 2 Duplex offers a blend of capacity and redundancy that matches the scale of your demand. It's also a good fit for new construction where the design phase can incorporate the 328-foot discharge option, allowing you to run the slurry to a distant sewer line without the need for a booster pump. For those scenarios, the upfront cost is offset by reduced risk of costly backups, lower insurance premiums for flood damage, and smoother tenant experiences. Conversely, if you're a single-family homeowner, a small condo building,